Close your eyes. Breathe in. Ah, that glorious roasted aroma. The magical bean juice that forcefully drags us out of bed and into the land of the living. But wait, is this daily ritual secretly turning us into prunes? Some self-proclaimed wellness gurus scream that coffee is absolute poison. They claim it sucks the moisture right out of your face, leaving you with dry, wrinkled skin that makes you look like a medieval ancient artifact. But hold your mugs! On the flip side, scientists in crisp white lab coats are practically throwing confetti at coffee. They call it the ultimate skin food, a miraculous anti-aging elixir that fights off the march of time. So, what's the actual truth hidden at the bottom of your dark, brooding cup of joe? Is it a mythical fountain of youth, or a sneaky time machine hitting the fast-forward button on your face? Grab your mug, let's dive in. As your resident health expert, I promise to deliver the answer that will change how you view your morning brew forever. Prepare for some mind-blowing science, a little bit of myth-busting, and a whole lot of truth. First things first, coffee is not just a caffeine delivery system. Oh no, it is a complex chemical soup. A single humble coffee bean is packed with over 1,000 different chemical compounds. It's a bustling city. These compounds go to work on various systems in your body, like tiny, highly caffeinated construction workers. The real superstars here are the polyphenols. They are the unsung heroes stepping up to save your skin. And then there's caffeine. Poor, misunderstood caffeine. Often cast as the villain in the skincare world, but the reality is just a complex chemical romance between caffeine and your skin cells. It's not inherently evil. Understanding this intricate dance of compounds helps us hack our coffee habits. We can actually plan our consumption to maximize the glowing, radiant benefits without ever having to say a tearful goodbye to our espresso. Let me introduce you to the real MVP of your morning cup, chlorogenic acid. This absolute powerhouse of an antioxidant acts like a microscopic superhero cape for your skin cells, violently fighting off the forces of aging. Think of chlorogenic acid as a futuristic energy shield. It deflects the relentless barrage of pollution and harsh sunlight that constantly tries to sabotage your face. It literally stands between you and premature aging. Research has actually shown a fascinating correlation. People who drink the right amount of coffee have significantly higher levels of antioxidants swimming in their bloodstream compared to those who tragically abstain. This caffeinated army of antioxidants aggressively reduces inflammation throughout your entire body. Less inflammation means your skin gets to look plump, elastic, and radiantly healthy, instead of angry, red, and tired. And this mountain of benefits isn't just about vanity and good looks. These compounds are also throwing a protective block party for your brain and heart cells. They keep your internal engines running smoothly every day. This cellular protection is exactly why coffee is heavily linked to longevity. In many vibrant cultures around the world, drinking coffee is practically a prerequisite for living a long, lively, and highly energetic life. But wait, did you know that your daily brew might actually act like an internal parasol? Studies suggest that the polyphenols in coffee can make your skin significantly more resistant to the harsh, damaging rays of the sun. It's true, these potent polyphenols actively help reduce the risk of skin cancer. When UV radiation tries to sneak in and cause dark spots or cellular mayhem, the caffeine steps up and boldly hits the reject button. Caffeine has this incredible property where it inhibits the abnormal DNA repair process in cells that have been battered by sunlight. It basically stops damaged, confused cells from turning into something far more dangerous. By halting this process, coffee prevents those sun-damaged cells from throwing a rebellious party and becoming cancerous. Now, I am absolutely not telling you to throw your SPF in the trash. Sunscreen is still essential. What coffee does is build a secondary, internal fortress. It strengthens your defenses from the inside out, making your skin a tougher, more resilient armor against the giant burning ball of gas in the sky. Your skin gets better and stronger every single day. But now, let's address the giant, dehydrated elephant in the room. The rumor that coffee acts like a merciless diuretic, draining your body of all its precious water. Yes, caffeine has a mild diuretic effect. The frequent trips to the bathroom have led a lot of people to panic, believing that every sip of coffee is directly sucking the moisture out of their face and carving deep wrinkles. The science, however, tells a much more comforting story. If you drink coffee in normal, socially acceptable amounts, your body is incredibly smart. It adapts to the routine and doesn't actually lose an excessive amount. Quitting coffee out of fear of dehydration is an extreme overreaction. You don't need to banish the bean. The golden rule of coffee drinking is simple. For every cup of coffee you enjoy, just chase it with a glass of water. This simple hydration habit completely neutralizes any mild fluid loss. It ensures your skin stays wonderfully plump, moisturized, and far away from looking like a neglected, dried-up sponge left by the kitchen sink. Now, on to the second reason coffee gets a bad reputation, cortisol, the notorious stress hormone. Drinking coffee sends a signal to your adrenal glands to pump out cortisol, which is great for waking up, but bad if overdone. If you chug a massive iced coffee, the literal second you open your eyes, you're dumping caffeine into a system that is already naturally peaking in cortisol. It's like throwing a bucket of gasoline onto a roaring campfire. This massive spike in stress hormones puts your body in a state of chronic panic. And guess what chronic stress loves to destroy? Your precious collagen. The very structural protein that keeps your face plump and youthful. When cortisol breaks down your collagen, your skin sags, loses its bounce, and those pesky wrinkles set up a permanent camp on your forehead. Drinking coffee at the absolute wrong time is a secret fast track to looking older. It's a remarkably common mistake. People think the bean is the problem, but it's actually the clock. The timing of your coffee consumption is just as critically important as the quality of the artisanal beans you buy. Another massive factor in the aging equation is your beauty sleep. Gulping down a double espresso at 4 p.m. might help you finish that spreadsheet, but it will absolutely obliterate your natural sleep cycle when midnight comes. When you don't get enough deep restorative sleep, your body literally cannot repair the daily damage done to your skin cells. It halts the nighttime construction crew that actively fixes the wear and tear of your waking life. The immediate results? Dark, cavernous circles under your eyes that make you look like a tired raccoon and a dull, lifeless complexion. A chronic lack of sleep is the absolute most obvious, flashing neon sign of aging. Honestly, drinking heavily caffeinated coffee after 2 p.m. should be considered a crime against your own face. You are robbing yourself of the magical, restorative powers of deep sleep. Let your nervous system wind down naturally. If you want to maintain a youthful, vibrant appearance, you have to prioritize your sleep schedule just as fiercely as you prioritize your morning brew. Sleep and coffee must exist in a delicate, perfectly balanced harmony. Now, brace yourselves, because we are about to unmask the true, terrifying villains of the coffee shop. It's not the coffee itself. It's the absurd amount of sugar, artificial syrups, and fake creamers you pump into it. When you consume high amounts of sugar, your blood glucose spikes, triggering a nasty little process called glycation. This is where sugar molecules aggressively attach themselves to proteins in your body, like your collagen. This unholy alliance causes your normally flexible, bouncy collagen fibers to become stiff, brittle, and incredibly prone to snapping. It's like turning a fresh, stretchy rubber band into a dry, crusty twig that breaks instantly. The result is a tragic loss of skin elasticity and the sudden appearance of deep, stubborn wrinkles. That massive, sugary, whipped cream-topped blended frappuccino is essentially a ticking biological time bomb for your skin. If your goal is to drink coffee and actually look younger, step 1 is brutally simple. Cut out the refined sugar and the artificial junk. You need to strip away the sweet disguise and get back to the raw, unadulterated bean. Experiencing the true, bold taste of black coffee might be a shock at first, but the health benefits are astronomical. However, even if you skip the sugar, the standard cow's milk in your latte might be sabotaging your skin. Dairy milk is a notorious culprit for triggering acne and severe skin inflammation in many adults. Cow's milk naturally contains specific types of hormones that can send your skin's sebaceous glands into absolute overdrive. These overactive glands pump out excess oil, which quickly leads to heavily clogged pores and angry, painful acne breakouts. If your skin is constantly inflamed, it's going to leave behind frustrating dark marks and redness. If you've noticed that your daily milky latte correlates with a bumpy, uneven skin texture, it's time for a change. Swap out the dairy for plant-based alternatives. Almond milk, or a creamy oat milk, can be game changers. Oat milk in particular not only helps drastically reduce internal inflammation, but it also provides additional skin-loving nutrients. These seemingly tiny adjustments to your daily coffee order will make a monumental difference. Your face will absolutely thank you for ditching the dairy and sugar. So, what is the magical, scientifically approved dosage of coffee? Experts generally agree that 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day is the absolute sweet spot. This moderate amount maximizes your intake of those glorious antioxidants without tipping the scales into negative territory. Chugging 6 cups a day, however, will send your nervous system into a frantic, jittery overdrive. Excessive caffeine can also rudely block the absorption of essential skin-building minerals like iron and calcium. It's all about finding that perfect middle ground. The ultimate key to health and beauty is listening to your body. If your heart starts performing a drum solo, or you find yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., your body is screaming at you to cut back. Reduce your intake to maintain a peaceful, healthy balance for your skin and sanity. But if long-lasting, radiant youthfulness is your ultimate goal, then black coffee is the undisputed king. There is zero doubt about it. Pure, unadulterated black coffee delivers all the nutrients without any of the toxic baggage. Black coffee is a robust, chemical-free powerhouse. Beyond its incredible anti-inflammatory properties, it actively stimulates your metabolic system. But the most exciting part is how it triggers a biological process called autophagy. Autophagy is essentially your body's internal cellular recycling program. It's the process where your cells diligently clean out their own microscopic garbage and clear away damaged components. It's absolute cellular spring cleaning. This internal detox mechanism is absolutely critical for slowing down the aging process at a foundational cellular level. Now, training your taste buds to appreciate the bitter complexity of black coffee might take some time. But once you get past the initial shock, you'll discover the rich, nuanced flavors of the bean. You will quickly realize that learning to love black coffee is one of the greatest, most profitable investments you can make for your skin. So, when exactly is the optimal time to consume this magical elixir? Science says the golden window for your skin and long-term health is between 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Why? Because this is when your natural cortisol begins to dip. As your morning stress hormones naturally decrease, adding a hit of caffeine perfectly fills the gap. This strategic timing helps you regain crystal clear focus and energy without violently disrupting your delicate hormonal balance. I cannot stress this enough. Desperately chugging coffee the absolute second you roll out of bed is a terrible idea. It forces your body to build a stubborn tolerance to caffeine, meaning you'll need more and more to feel awake. This escalating caffeine addiction leads to long-term systemic stress, which ultimately damages your skin. A slight mindful adjustment in your timing prevents this vicious cycle. In the world of coffee, sometimes less truly is more. By timing it right, you maximize the cognitive benefits while effortlessly maintaining a calm, radiant complexion all day long. You get to conquer your day with vibrant energy without ever having to rely on harsh synthetic chemicals. When you stack coffee up against other famous superfoods, it holds its ground like a heavyweight champion. In fact, coffee often boasts significantly higher antioxidant properties than the beloved blueberries or even fancy red wine. In some specific nutritional dimensions, coffee even outshines green tea. It is an incredibly accessible, highly affordable, and totally natural source of potent energy and cellular protection that fits perfectly into any daily routine. Of course, coffee isn't a magic bullet. To truly amplify its anti-aging effects, you must combine it with a vibrant, colorful diet packed with fresh fruits and vegetables. Synergy is the ultimate secret to a glowing, youthful face. Stop viewing coffee merely as a desperate survival tool to keep you awake during boring meetings. Start seeing it as a vital, delicious component of a holistic wellness lifestyle. It is a daily, youth-preserving ritual you design. While you go about your day, the caffeine is secretly working at microscopic depths you can't even see. It acts as a powerful vasodilator, meaning it actively stimulates and improves the microblood circulation right beneath your skin. This enhanced blood flow acts like a superhighway, rapidly delivering fresh, vital nutrients and oxygen directly to your thirsty facial skin cells. The result is a noticeably brighter, plumper, and significantly more alive complexion. This rush of healthy circulation also works wonders for flushing out stagnant fluids, dramatically reducing that puffy, swollen look we all get in the morning. It's like giving your tired skin a refreshing, energizing breath of air. This enhanced oxygenation effectively speeds up the regeneration of fresh, new skin cells. It keeps your face looking impossibly radiant, even when you've been burning the midnight oil. The legendary coffee glow is a documented fact. It's exactly why top-tier cosmetic companies aggressively extract caffeine to use as a premium ingredient in expensive eye creams and serums. It is globally recognized for its incredible ability to rapidly tighten skin and shrink pores. But here's the best part. You get those exact same phenomenal tightening and anti-inflammatory benefits from the inside out simply by drinking it. A regular, moderate intake of black coffee naturally firms the skin and boosts radiance. However, consistency and a holistic approach to your health are the real keys here. You cannot outdrink a terrible diet and zero sleep. True, sustainable, age-defying beauty has to be cultivated from deep within your cellular structure. Long-term, rigorous scientific statistics have confirmed a beautiful truth. People who consume moderate amounts of black coffee regularly actually experience a slower rate of cellular aging compared to the general, non-drinking public. This profound anti-aging effect is especially prominent among the purists who drink their coffee completely free of sugar and dairy. This glorious data should instantly vaporize any lingering anxiety you have about your morning cup. The scientific consensus is clear. We absolutely do not need to sacrifice our caffeinated happiness on the altar of beauty. We can have our coffee and look gorgeous too. We just have to be smart, strategic, and understand the biology. Science has definitively proven that coffee is a loyal, powerful friend to your youth, provided you know how to treat it with respect. Treat the bean properly, and it will fiercely protect your cells for decades to come without fail. Let's quickly recap the worst mistakes. Replacing actual nutritious meals with coffee is a disaster. Drinking it constantly when you're just bored will wreck your digestive system and leave your skin looking rough, dry, and exhausted. Also, pay close attention to the roast. Extremely dark, over-roasted coffee beans can sometimes contain trace carcinogens, and the aggressive roasting process actually destroys a large portion of those precious, age-fighting antioxidants. For maximum beauty benefits, always select high-quality light or medium roast beans. These gentler roasts preserve the maximum amount of nutrition and antioxidants. Don't let a bad habit ruin your skin. Upgrade your brewing choices. So, the final verdict. Does coffee make you look like a wrinkled prune or a glowing youth? The answer entirely depends on your personal habit. If you drink it black, time it perfectly, and hydrate like a champion, it is pure magic. It transforms from a simple morning pick-me-up into your ultimate, scientifically backed beauty secret. It ensures you step out into the world looking vibrant, energetic, and impossibly youthful every single day. The power is in your cup. Starting tomorrow morning, try making these small, strategic changes to your coffee routine. You will be absolutely amazed at the radiant reflections staring back at you in the mirror. Thank you so much for joining me. Subscribe for more.